Hello, Dr. Tarek.
Hello.
Hi, can everybody hear me? I don't think I need so much. Yes. Hello, hello. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We didn't know you would come again to Brampton, so how blessed are we, right? I almost don't want to ask the question. I had the question I asked Master on my way here. I feel like you have answered it, but the mind is the mind is overpowering me to ask this. I think it's about surrendering. Mind is having a hard time understanding this concept. And like, for example, you can be faced with a situation maybe you've been going through for 15 years. Maybe a new situation arises at your job. Maybe something happens with a friend. To me, it's like there's three different ways of seeing this. You can respond and make an action. You can take yourself away from the situation, and that itself is an action by removing yourself from something. Or instead of responding, you can react and then regret it afterwards. Now, how I see it, all of that is part of your journey. The regret, the action, the inaction, all of it. So can you help my mind, can you help my mind understand surrendering? So if we're completely in surrenderance with God and with Master, then everything we do then is a divine action. So whether we respond, whether we take ourselves away, whether we whether we think we're giving somebody another chance, whatever that is, we're in the flow of our Master. So I'm confusing myself, and hopefully you can speak to that. Hopefully that makes some kind of sense. Like, if everything is an action from the astral, then what are we doing? Why the mind not surrendering to and just say, fine, you know? Or why do we feel like we have to do something? Oh, I have to go to a therapist now, and I have to do this healing, and I have to do this. If we were in true surrenderance, would we need any of it? Or is that part of the surrendering journey? I know, very mind-like, very annoying, yeah.
Thank you, Natasha, right?
Yes, thank you.
Natasha, this is an excellent question. And yes, surrender is not easy at all. And you are correct in what you have said. So, here is how it works. Once we are spiritually initiated by a perfect living Master, we need to meditate with love and devotion. Love and devotion, very important. And as I mentioned in the spiritual discourse, love and devotion do not come from the mind. They come from the heart, from the soul. Once you meditate with love and devotion, you are going to make a lot of progress into spirituality. And then after that, you're going to develop gratitude and appreciation. Gratitude and appreciation to everything about you, your life. You're going to see miracles happening, coincidences, something that is beyond logic and reason. And that is the Master doing that to you on your behalf. Then after gratitude and appreciation will come living faith. You're going to develop living faith toward the Master, your own Master, who is no one else but your own self, as I explained. Then the final stage would be the surrender. So surrender is not easy at all. The mind will fiercely fight it. But the Master is within you. The Master eventually will win the war. The mind may win the battles, but then eventually the Master, your own self, will win the war. Again, Natasha, as I mentioned, problems will always be there in life, but slowly but surely, irritation, frustration, and anger will be replaced by evenness, equanimity, and wholeness. So your reaction toward the problems will change. That will change. You are not going to be emotional like you used to be before. And then surrender, which is the last phase, will happen, and it will happen gradually. It's not like an immediate step that is going to happen. It happens slowly, gradually, naturally. It does take time, but it will happen again. And you are correct. If everything comes from astral, why am I not having my way here in the physical world? Yes, Ishwar Ji has explained that everything comes from astral, and whatever we are having here in the physical is a mere reflection of the astral world. Yes. It's kind of like effort and grace. Which is more important, effort by the disciple or grace from the master? Both. They are both equally important. They both are important, and they both come at the same time. So do your best, Natasha, and leave the rest. You are in very good hands. Thank you. One second, Jasveer, let's give you that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when we know that I am dreaming my own world, I know I'm dreaming. I created everything.
Yes.
I created my friends. I don't even want to say enemy over here, but always I consider them my enemies, the people who do something bad to me. When I understand that, even those people in my life are created by me for hard time. Whatever they are doing to me is created by me. Then why I just react the other way? Why I hate that person? Why I get angry when they do something? I'm just between that. I tell myself, you know what? They're not your enemy. They're not different from you. But even the person who do something bad to me, isn't that person created by me? Then why I have the different reaction towards that person then? How I can stop that? It happened to me during this period that it's like it's crossing. Sometime my mind wins, that it gets angry with that person. Then all of a sudden I say, no, that person was created by you. It's not doing anything different. You want it. But then after some time, it's the same thing. I get back to the anger.
Yes. Thank you, Jasveer. Excellent question. And you are correct. Everything is created by you. And again, the mind is the culprit. The mind creates irritation, frustration, and anger. The mind also creates doubts and fear. The mind also creates mental tension and emotional stress. But you are correct. If everything is created by you, including the people that come to your life, and there are many of them, most of the people who come to your life, Jasveer, for karmic reasons, only your Param Sant, Sadguru, is your true friend. He is only your true friend. He is the one who has spiritually initiated you. You are only accountable and responsible for him. That's it. If you develop this attitude, this living faith into your body, mind, emotions, and spirit, then you will develop unshakable living faith, And that will definitely lead to total and complete surrender to the Master.
And I have one more question. When we say that miracles, being the materialistic world, in this world we call materialistic things to, like we want those things. When we say like you will get the miracles gonna happen when you are meditation with the meditation, what I should consider the miracle? Because when I think, oh, I won the lottery, it belongs to this world, whatever belongs to this world. Because in my mind, I have a big list, wish list. My daughter should go, it should happen this way, it should happen that way. If something goes right in that way, should I consider that a miracle, or it's just because it's a materialistic world, right? So even getting the materialistic things, if we call it a miracle, winning a lottery, it ties me down to this world. Then how it's a miracle then? Or it's different something?
Excellent questions, Jasveer. Ishwar Ji has taught me, Pyar chamatkar karta hai. Love makes miracles. Love makes miracles, my dear friends, including physical, materialistic things, winning a lottery. Remember, the perfect living Master knows best what is good for you, what is best for you for your own spiritual progress. If winning a lottery is deemed beneficial for your spiritual journey, the Master will make it happen to you, but not to me or not to someone else. Because remember, each one of us has our own sets of karmas. So what is good for you, Jasveer, might not be good for Natasha, might not be good for Rishi, might not be good for Jamie. I'm just giving an example. Master knows best. He knows what is good for you. And if miracles, including winning a lottery, happens to you, there is a reason for that. Master wants it to happen because he deems it essential to your own spiritual progress. And it will happen. So my request to you is graciously and lovingly accept the miracles that will happen into your life. These miracles are made by him, by your Master. And you are going to notice them. One day something happened beyond logic and reason. The mind will not understand it. It is impossible for the mind to understand, to analyze, to synthesize the miracles, because these miracles are made by our own perfect living Master, who functions beyond the mind, who functions from Sachkhand. He has instant access to Sachkhand and beyond, as well to all the other lower levels. So again, graciously and lovingly accept miracles to your life. Your life will radically change, I guarantee it.
Another question. Sorry, anybody?
Yes, Goldie.
First of all, thanks so much for coming over here. It is always a pleasure listening to your talk. At the same note, like, when you say that you have to meditate with love and devotion, so sometimes the love and devotion just flows. You have not to do anything, and it just flows. And sometimes it's so hard, even if you tell your mind, no, I need love, I need devotion, it doesn't happen. It happens as if you don't know. It's an alien feature to you. And you just cannot, even if you sit for meditation, it is so dry, as if you're just doing a mechanical chore. So that love and devotion, I don't know, it's like a hide and seek thing. It comes automatically, and then it's a dry spell. So what can we do? As you said, effort, and I feel my effort or our effort is also his grace. If he gives a grace, we will be able to do an effort. So what can we do, like, that dry spell is not there, so that we can have, as you said, like, whatever we do is with love and devotion. So what can be done on that path?
Thank you, Goldie. Very good question. And yes, I did get a lot of inquiries recently. Tarek, some days meditation is very good. It's full of love and devotion. Other days it's dry. It's merely mechanical. What can we do? Here is what, and I asked this almost same question to Ishwar Ji, and here is what he told me. Tarek, keep your cup upward. Let the droplets of grace fill your cup. I said, Pitashri, what do you mean by that cup? He said, Tarek, the cup is a representation of attention. Attention. Attention is the cup. If our attention is like this, then we're not going to collect any drops of grace. The drops are always there. It's raining. It is our attention that needs to slowly but surely brings the cup upward so that we can start collecting these droplets of grace. Again, my recommendation would be is your attention should be at the third eye center, between the physical ears, behind the physical eyes. And you are correct. Sometimes love and devotion come automatically during meditation if they are coming from the heart. On the other hand, if you had a rough day and the mind is acting up and you're not able to meditate with love and devotion. Why? Because the love and devotion, you are trying to bring them from the mind, and the mind cannot have love and devotion. That is not the function of the mind. The function of the mind is to think. The mind also develops doubts and fear. The mind also develops, as I mentioned earlier, irritation, frustration, and anger. All these qualities come from the mind. On the other hand, the love and devotion come from the heart. And that's why some days you feel it's dry and your meditation is merely mechanical. So again, please try to turn your cup upward. And by cup, I mean your attention.
Just to the same part, when you say just to turn your attention upward, like, won't that be mechanical too? That because we are trying, putting an effort, that the effort is, like, our attention is upwards. I feel that that is also mechanical when I'm trying, and it's not flowing automatically.
Okay, I will share a secret with you, with all of you. Before meditating, close your eyes. Imagine that Ishwar Ji is at the third eye center and he is lovingly smiling at you. That is good enough. It will make your meditation very different. Again, you imagine, you close your eyes before you start repeating the Simran, the 5 holy names, and obviously before bhajan and before the contemplation or dhyan, just imagine that Ishwar Ji is at the third eye center, behind the physical eyes, between the physical ears, lovingly smiling at you. And then you start your meditation. That will help.
Thank you.
Let's give the phone to Sue, the microphone.
Hello.
Hello, Sue.
Hi. I find when I try to meditate and I consider my third eye center, many pictures come. Like they say you should focus on your Sadguru, or you should see their forehead or something. I listen to so many people, so I having this pictures keep on coming and going. So I am not able to focus on one. I'm focusing on the pictures that keep on coming and going. So what should be I seeing here?
Very good question. So let me ask you this. When these pictures are coming in your mind, are you still repeating the Simran? Or does the Simran stop?
Sometime I think I stop and I am dozing. And
Yes.
then I come back and I say, okay, what should I be seeing? Then I think I should be seeing a light. And I see a little jyot, a little candle light, and then try to focus on it. But Dr. Ishwar Puri always said to look at his forehead.
Yes.
You know, so I try to do it, but then in the end I make it a light, and I go back to the light. So I'm not able to focus on Dr. Ishwar Puri's forehead.
Okay. So, this is important. When you are seeing these pictures coming countlessly in front of you, most likely you are not repeating the Simran. So we need to gently go back to Simran, and then when you are repeating the Simran, the eyes and the forehead of your perfect living master will start coming. You're going to start experiencing them gradually. Okay? If you do hear a sound while repeating the Simran, I would like you to stop the sound. That is Simran. That is recommended by Ishwar Puri Ji. So, let's say, for example, you are now repeating the Simran with love and devotion. And suddenly, Ishwar Puri Ji's radiant form appears. If you do hear any sound coming from the right ear, or the left ear, or from the middle of the head, Ishwar Puri Ji recommends to stop Simran, stop repeating the 5 holy names, and focus on the sound, Because remember, Sue, that the Master has 2 forms inside us. He has the radiant form that you can see his eyes and his forehead glowing, but there is also the sound form. And the sound form is also a manifestation of your own Param Sant Sadguru. Okay?
And as you talk about the cup of grace, I always feel that there's a cup of grace. When my alarm rings and I wake up and I say, oh, the grace is falling, the cup is there, right? I'll go back to sleep, you know. So I always feel that his grace is falling. I always see this cup next to me, and it's always collecting the grace.
Beautiful. This is wonderful, Sue. Thank you for sharing.
When we meditate, when we do the Simran, what I do sometime when I feel like I start to talk to Ishwar Puri Ji. So then I don't do the Simran. I just talk to him, and sometime, I don't know, it's not about the worldly stuff, but at that time I am talking to him like we are just doing conversation. So sometime it seems like when in the childhood I was used to talk to my dad. It's the same thing, like at that time I talk to him. I usually call him my Babul. Then I just call him Babla this and this and this. Then I just start to talk. Then I go back to Simran. Then I always start to talk to him. So how I can, is that okay, or should I change, somehow do something?
Are you in a state of happiness?
Oh yeah, I feel like so close to him, and then I just start to talk. Let's go for a walk. Let's go fly, and something like that. Sometimes I don't even remember what I was talking to him, and I just start to talk to him.
Okay, then you keep doing that.
I was trying to stop that.
You are very lucky. Why do you want to stop that? You are communicating with Him inside you. And if you are in a state of joy, keep doing it. Of course, when that conversation between you and Ishwar Puri Ji stops, then I would recommend to go back to Simran. And then again, remember, Simran and Dhyan can be practiced together. Like you're repeating the 5 holy names and you're concentrating on the eyes and the forehead of your master. And then when it comes to bhajan, then it's bhajan and dhyan can also be together. But simran and bhajan, meaning repeating the 5 holy names and listening to the sound together, is not recommended. Okay? Thank you.
Same to what Jasveer had just said, that talking, usually even if you're talking, even without being at the third eye center is good enough.
So when you are talking to your master,
For example, if you're doing something, but you're not at the third eye center, you're just doing your chores, but you're not at the third eye center. But usually when we talk over the phone, we use our words, our language.
yes.
But sometimes you're just talking subconsciously with your mind or with your heart. So, but you're not at the third eye center when you're talking to yourself. I don't know whether you are or not, but I'm just saying. So same thing, just to harass, when you're just talking subconsciously, and sometimes if you bring Ishwar Ji into it, is that being at third eye center, you're talking to him, or you're just, it's just a mind game?
This is a very good question, Goldie. And here is my answer to you. If there is love and devotion, it doesn't have to be at the third eye center.
Can it be anger too?
So, if during the daily chores you feel suddenly love, pull of love to your master, just enjoy it. It does not have to be at the third eye center. When there is love and devotion, this is good enough. It does not have to be on the third eye center, behind the physical eyes and between the physical ears. Not at all. And sometimes it happens. I got some emails from fellow friends that during regular chores, suddenly, out of the blue, they feel intensity within themselves toward their master. This is a great feeling. Enjoy it. It does not have to be at the third eye center.
Another mind question.
Yes.
Okay, so they say, I would just love to get your perspective on this, because every action that we do in this lifetime has already been predetermined from us. Predetermined,
Yes.
right? And so the astral projection is coming out into this physical plane. So I suppose, but then you also hear a lot of people talk about whatever you think you become. And Master has told us, like, okay, yes, everything is predestined, but doesn't mean you can lie on the couch all day and you'll feel very good about your life, right? Or you're experiencing all the magic that there is to this human life. So when people say you are what you think, and when we put out certain thoughts, we put a random thought to Master, we see the miracle happen in the physical. The miracle that happens in the physical is like getting us to go more on the inside. It's like Master saying, look, okay, you're a kid, you wanted the candy, I gave you the candy, now let's go.
Yes.
Come now more to me. And I guess I wonder why, when we see the miracles, we see them happen, we can even name them to you, why we still, like when you're talking about the journey of the miracles start to happen, and then you get deeper, then the living faith happens, and after the living faith, the
Surrender.
surrenderance. But obviously we know it's not a straight line. Sometimes you're going
Correct.
back, forth. So can you speak to that a little bit of how we can become more steady, steady making progress? I feel for myself personally, I'm going like this, and then the guilt comes that our master has given us so much. Why can't we just do the things he's asked us to live like that? He didn't ask that many things he told us to do, only like 3-4 things. Those 3-4 things are a challenge, but they're not, it's not like 100 rules he gave us to do, like religion. So that's the question I have. How can we make more steady progress? And how would you interpret whatever in our mind, if we say, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna get that job, I'm not worth anything, we don't get the job. Were we a part of willing that into existence with the mind, with the universal mind? Or was that already just the astral projection that we had to go through that time of doubt? We didn't get what we wanted. And that was just part of the game. That was part of the play. So it's about a few things mixed in there.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Natasha. Remember the mantra that Ishwar Ji has given it to us. And this mantra consists of 2 simple words. So what? This mantra, if we can repeat it genuinely on a daily basis, is going to help us a lot in facing our daily challenges, our numerous problems into this physical world. So what? You have already been initiated, Natasha, by a perfect living master, and he has made a promise to you that he's going to take you all the way to your true home, to Sachkhand, no matter what is going to happen to you, period. So therefore, what you could do is continue to meditate with love and devotion. And again, love and devotion do not come from the mind. Don't say to your mind, I want you to meditate with love and devotion. It does not work this way. This is a mental game. And the mind will win the battle. It will win it. When I say meditate with love and devotion, focus on the heart. Focus on the soul. That's one thing you could do. The second thing is you need to understand, your mind has to accept that the master has taken over your life. When it comes to daily decisions, ask yourself, what would Ishwar Ji do? What would Ishwar Ji do? Okay? Another thing, Natasha, that you can do is, we spoke about the cup. The cup represents your attention. Your attention has to gradually and slowly move the cup upwards so that you could collect these drops, these important, these essential drops of grace, which are going to make a big difference in your daily life.
Thank you. And just to follow up on that, the God is inside of us, the master is inside of us. Can we change what's going on in the astral? Can we
change? No, you
Okay.
cannot, because it's already predetermined.
Right.
Physical world, astral world, causal world, Parbrahm, everything is predetermined, Natasha. Everything has been predetermined. And you have been initiated, spiritually initiated, in this lifetime by a perfect living master. You are truly blessed. And just go ahead. He is inside you. And he wants you to manifest his radiant and sound form, which you will eventually. Just keep up the good work. But why do you want to change the astral?
It's just a purely silly question. It's a mind.
It's a mind game.
Just when everyone's saying, oh, you are what you think, you are what you think, you manifest the job you want in your life, you manifest the relationship you want. Everybody talks like this, right? So I'm just curious to ask what you think about this kind of, this kind of self-help advice that you find a lot on YouTube and books, that you attract what you are, and you make your mind, you manifest it and you get it. And so I hear so many spiritual people say this too. So I was just curious to think how you receive this.
Yes, don't try to change anything in this physical world or beyond the physical world, Natasha, but you can change yourself for sure. You can focus on spirituality, meditate with love and devotion. Eventually, you will develop gratitude and appreciation, living faith, and then surrender will come automatically. And then after that, your life will be completely different. You'll be in bliss 24/7, even in this physical world. You do not have to wait till you reach Sachkhand to be in 24/7 bliss. You can be in bliss right now, here and now, by surrendering your body, mind, emotions, and spirit to your perfect living master. It's not easy, Natasha. Kal will fiercely fight you. It's not easy, and I'm not saying it's easy, but if you can do it, this would be the greatest accomplishment of all your lifetimes.
Got it. Thank you so much. So maybe we can say then, manifest the master inside.
Yes.
Forget about manifesting the job. Forget about manifesting how much you want in your bank account.
Absolutely.
Manifest the master inside.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You cannot put the cart before the horse, Natasha. Focus, as I mentioned in my previous spiritual discourse, which was held in February 2023 at the Greater Toronto area. Focus on spirituality. Everything else in life will improve automatically. Your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, your finances, your job, your relationships, your marital status, your relationships with your family, friends, everything else will automatically follow. But you have to first focus on your spiritual path. Once you focus on spiritual path, everything else will automatically follow.
Thank you. Sometimes you need a reminder.
Yes, it's good to remind ourselves. It is very good. Hanji, आप बोलिए.
मैं बहुत ज़्यादा बोलती हूँ लगता है. जैसे, like you said, that everything's gonna change. But when I didn't start it, actually, when I came to this path, and after meeting Ishwar Puri Ji, right after that, within 1 week, I think so many things changed. But in a materialistic, even though I don't want to change anything, but one after another, there were so many bad incidents. Somebody left me. My mom just died within 1 week. So there were so many other incidents, like so many relationships left me. They did something wrong to me and something like that. I consider it, of course, at first I was so angry about it, but then I realized, you know what? Ishwar Ji doing it for my benefit. So maybe I needed that to go to this path. But I feel like when you come to this path, when your guru brings to this path, these incidents, they just hit you like one after another. It's just because of when you are in a spiritual side, it's something like grabbing you and beating you from this side and that side. That's how the incidents happen to me. That one after another, I was beaten by that. Even though at this point, what I was used to say, I manifest, Ishwar Ji, you're doing it. You are doing anything else you're going to do again? Is this also? Really? Really, Ishwar Ji? Okay, then, do it. Right? It's easy sometime, but after some time, then it goes down. Then your spirit is beaten, then your mind is really strong at that time. But my question is this really happen because when we go to this side? Or what is that? Why it's so fast at that time?
Acceleration of karma burning. Ishwar Ji is doing the right thing in the right place at exactly the right time. He knows what is best for you, Jasvir Ji. So therefore, you are allowing him gradually to take full command and control of your life. He takes care of everything. And that reminds me of a beautiful proverb or a saying that Ishwar Ji has told me. I'll say it first in Punjabi and then I will mention it in English. Dukh sukh dono samkar jano or man apman. Ishwar Ji has told me and he taught me to Tarek, treat sadness and happiness the same and treat the people who criticize you or compliment you the same. Dukh sukh dono samkar jano or man apman. This is very important, Jasvir Ji. If you can treat sadness and happiness, they come to your life the same. And you can treat people who are criticizing you or who are complimenting you the same, nothing will shake you in this life. Nothing. Why? Because the Master is within you. And the Master, again, is no one but your own true self.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But sometimes you feel guilty because when you think, okay, I should think about that these people are not bad, right? It should be equal. I should treat Sukh and Dukh equally. But even though knowing this, why I'm not able to do it? That's the point when it gets to me, like, why I'm doing this? Why I'm reacting the other way? Even though I know that even when I was in a really bad situation, I felt like he was holding me from inside. He just picked me up from that part and I was on the other side. I know he was with me. But why I still, even my first question was, why I still hate that person? I'm not supposed to do that. Even that person is Ishwar Ji inside him. I always say, when I'm going to see Ishwar Ji through him, then I'm going to be on the other side totally. So
you are in great hands, Jasvir Ji. So what? Remember this mantra from Ishwar Ji. So what?
You know, you were saying that before we start having gratitude towards the Master, then we have the living faith, and then we surrender. That's the journey. So even though I won't say all the time, but sometimes we do gratitude, and sometimes we are angry also. Sometimes we have, a lot of love for him. But at the same time, when you say graduating to the next level, having living faith, how does this happen, and what can we do as a disciple on our part? Or it just has grace which comes to us to go to the next level as living path, living faith.
Thank you, Goldie. Please remember, this is not a linear path. It's not like first meditating with love and devotion, and then developing gratitude and appreciation, and then living faith, and then finally surrender. It is not linear. It can be cyclical. It could be all at the same time. It depends on your karma. Remember, Goldie, spiritual path is a customized path. What is good for Goldie in spirituality might not be good for Natasha in spirituality, and vice versa. It's a customized path. The master knows best. We all agree on that. So therefore, master is inside you. He has planted, once he has given you the spiritual initiation, he has planted himself in you. So therefore, he knows what is best for you. You just don't have to worry about anything. Give all your worries to Ishwar Ji. If your mind allows you to do that, to give all your worries, all your pain, all your sorrow to Ishwar Ji, he will cheerfully take them for you. He will take them. That is my own personal experience. He told me, Tarek, give me all your pain, all your misery, all your sorrow. I will cheerfully take them. Okay? I made a deal with him, and I started giving them to him, and it helped me a lot. It truly does.
You never thought about it again?
No. So therefore, Goldie, you just do your part. What did Ishwar Ji ask you to do? Meditate with love and devotion. 2.5 hours might be too much. I mentioned in a previous Q&A session that 2.5 hours might be too much. I'm too busy in worldly activities. Okay, fine. How about 5 to 10 minutes in the morning and 5 to 10 minutes in the evening with love and devotion? That's good enough. If you could do that, and your attention, which represents the cup, you start moving it slowly but surely upwards, you are going to start collecting the droplets of grace. And these are very important. Why? Number one, you are going to develop the faith that Ishwar Ji is within you. This is very important. You're getting validation that he's inside you. He's doing miracles on your behalf. The second thing, the drops of grace also helps you in your physical daily activities, work, health, relationships, family, travel. It helps you. These drops of grace, from my experience, have twofold objectives. Number one, spiritual. You get a validation that Ishwar Ji is making miracles in your life and he's inside you. And number two, it helps you in your physical daily challenges that you are facing, whether it's health, relationships, communication, family, friends, work, career, investments, etc.
So then we would never have a problem. That means we won't never do a mistake at work or otherwise?
No, I did not say that. All I'm saying is...
Because he's doing it. No,
yeah.
No, because it happened to me just on Friday, because I'm leaving on Monday to Vancouver, and I did a mistake on Friday, which is so much heavy on my mind that before going to the airport, I have to go and solve it. So I was thinking, okay, I thought that Ishwar Ji now at this time, I had to make a small mistake, which I have to first correct it and then go to the airport. So I was thinking, that came to my mind actually, when I was talking about Ishwar Ji. So then, when we say, as you're saying, that just leave up to him, of course I have left up to him that he would correct it. But at the same time, just as you said, that when our attention is towards him, he will take care of everything.
He will take care of everything. That's what matters. Now, whether you make a mistake or you do not make a mistake, that's not, that's beyond that topic. The topic is he will take care of everything, period. So, do not worry. Be happy.
I'm not initiated by any master. I'm not initiated by any master. Will I be ever initiated, or do I really need an initiation, or I can be initiated in my dreams and
So, what do you want out of life? Do you want to be spiritually initiated by a perfect living master, or this is not your priority?
I don't care about it as long as I reach the Sachkhand. It doesn't matter which path it is. Like I've never been initiated with any. Does the initiation really important to?
Yes. Spiritual initiation is extremely important because in order for you to reach Sachkhand, you cannot do it on your own. You need a friend, a permanent friend, who is a perfect living master to spiritually initiate you, meaning that he has accepted you as a disciple and he has burned your sinchit karma, your reserve karma, and he has permanently established himself inside you, and he will take you all the way to Sachkhand, whether it's in this lifetime or you require a few more lifetimes, or whether you need to spend time in astral world and or causal world, it does not matter. He will fulfill your promise to you and he will take you all the way to your true home, which is Sachkhand. For that to happen, you certainly need a perfect living master, a Param Sant, Satguru, according to Sant Mat philosophy that we all follow. So you do need a perfect living master to spiritually initiate you.
So initiation will come to me, or like if it's meant for me, it should come to my way? Or
Yes.
How should I be waiting for it, or how it? Since Dr. Ishwar Puri is gone, is done by a living Sadguru. So what will be my path?
When the disciple is ready,
Master
the
will
Guru appears. You will not look for him. He will look for you once you are ready. ठीक है? Any other questions, my dear friends?
During one of the meditation experiences, I heard a sound. I don't know whether that sound was right from the middle. I heard it only once. I don't know. It's like created by my mind or it's from the experience of meditation. How do I know that?
So you were doing meditation, you were repeating the Simran,
Yes.
and then suddenly you heard some sound
Yes.
in the middle of your head?
Yes.
And what was the sound like? Can you describe it to me?
It was so many multiple bells ringing like the bells at the same time.
Okay, beautiful. That was a spiritual experience. It was not made by your mind. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anu,
Thank you.
thank you.
I think I was asking most questions, so many questions. Sometimes I feel like, okay, as long as we are asking the question, he's with us. Otherwise, I don't want to finish this meeting. I don't want to this finish. Let's go on and on and on. When will you be back? We want you to come back.
I will certainly come back. I love Canada. I love the friends of Ishwar Ji, my friends, and I will certainly return back. Just follow the announcements at the Mystic Adventure website, and everything will be announced over there. But yes, thank you so much. Thank you all for coming today and listening to my personal experiences that I had with Ishwar Puri Ji, and may the love of our Param Sant, Satguru, Dr. Ishwar Puri Ji, be always and forever in you. Thank you.